Thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in to the 10 a.m. Collider coffee break, where we just take a few minutes of our time on this Friday morning to share with you what we've been working on at Collider this week to support entrepreneurs. So I will send it to Jamie to start us off this morning.
So thanks so much, Amanda. We've had a great time this week speaking at, it seems like the last few weeks, really the theme for me has been about speaking and getting out there again, whether it's virtual or in person. And I had a great time this week speaking to the 10th annual Entrepreneurial Kickoff, which traditionally is in the Minneapolis area. And it was great to do it virtually and really interact with a lot of great entrepreneurial ecosystem supporters from around the state. It was nice to see some friendly faces, if only in tiny little chat boxes. But it was a lot of fun, and really heartfelt thanks to Lois Josephson, who spends so much time and energy to put this all together, a sponsor of the event. So thank you for hosting, and thank you to everyone who I chatted with throughout the course of the day. Something new that we want to do here is announce our new co-working members. This is something that we used to do way back in the day, and I think we kind of got away from it a little bit. So we want to introduce two new members to our Collider Co-working family. One has actually been a previous member of Collider Co-working and is now back, which is phenomenal. So I just want to say heartfelt hello and welcome to Collider Co-working to Chris Brenna from Revolutionary Earth and Tim Well from DXD Ag Insights. And hopefully you'll be learning more about their companies and what they do here in the coming months. So welcome to Collider. With that, I'm going to hand it over to Eric, who will tell us about what he's working on this week.
Hello, everyone. This is Eric. This week, I am continuing my work with the theme of writing about businesses that are new and emerging. So this week, my story about Mr. Solomon Antoine and his business Hoop Spots are published. So you can find that on the Rochester Rising website. And I am continuing to interview more entrepreneurs similar to him who recently started their own businesses around these times. So this week I'm interviewing two of them. One of them is Timmy from Pretzel, and another one is Chris, who I will be meeting on Saturday. So, and the respective articles for these will be pretty much done either next week or the week after. So those are some of the things I've been working on. Another thing that I've been doing is working on the Collider member profiles. So you may have seen from our social media platforms this week that there was a post about Mr. Craig Weckworth, and you can find in those posts you can find out about a little bit about him, some of his hobbies, why he chose to co-work with Collider, and what some of his highlights are. And I intend to do more of that, and I'm reaching out to more of our members in Collider, and these posts will be coming up pretty much on a weekly basis. So you look forward to that. That's pretty much it for me.
On Rochester Rising this week, I did my first full podcast in Spanish. It was super scary. Hopefully it's understandable to everybody, but I got to talk with Tanya and Juan Pablo from ACER to learn about the second edition of an entrepreneurial education program that they are doing in the community this summer called Creando Ando for Latinx entrepreneurs. The program is delivered entirely in Spanish. So the podcast we did is all in Spanish, including the intro and exit, except when I could not figure out how to do it anymore. So I talked in English. But we did put out an article yesterday giving an overview of what we talked about in English. So you can still check out and learn more about this program and what it's doing in the community, what areas it is serving through both our podcast, if you are a Spanish speaker, and in our article this week on Rochester Rising. So it was a lot of fun, and I'm very grateful to Juan Pablo and Tanya for doing this, and Tanya for looking over my Spanish and making sure it was understandable. So The verdict's still out on that. So hopefully if you speak Spanish, you were able to understand me talking in Spanish, which was very nerve-wracking to do. And the first time I have actually done that to people. Okay, so this week we had 2 events. It's very fun to be doing virtual events. Would love to be getting into in-person events soon, as we've been talking about. But our first Collider event, virtual event, was this week, or not our first Collider event ever, but our first virtual event this year was this week on Tuesday. It was called So You Want to Start a Food Business, a panel discussion where we sat down with 3 different food entrepreneurs in the community and really talked about their story and what you need to be thinking about if you are interested in starting a food business in Minnesota. We know that people are not always able to make it even to these recorded events. So it is on our YouTube channel now, and we will also link that in our show notes. As well, yesterday, I actually got to talk at the Women Entrepreneurs Forum, or the WE Forum. We were talking about business model canvas. So it was definitely more of an educational WE forum, really kind of getting into the nitty-gritty of business development. So you can check that out. If you were not able to make it, we will link the YouTube link here as well. So hopefully you'll be able to check out those events and use them to further your entrepreneurial journey. So that is it for me. I will send it to Jamie for his final thoughts today.
So my final thought this week is really to celebrate Launch Minnesota. Launch Minnesota has done a phenomenal job over the last couple of years to really connect entrepreneurial ecosystem support organizations around our state together. And I really have to acknowledge the work of Neela Mulgard, who really has taken Launch from Launch to one of, in my opinion, the most effective organizations in the state for resources to entrepreneurs. As a proud member of the E1 network, we work very closely together with the Southeast region to really promote and encourage entrepreneurship. We've done many events. We've helped hundreds of entrepreneurs at this point, but it really came about because of Launch and the tremendous vision that Commissioner Steve Grove and others had to really create this Launch organization at the statewide level to help entrepreneurs. So I just want to say that, I am a huge supporter of Launch, and I want to see Launch continue because that's going to make our world a little bit easier here in Rochester as we work to help and support entrepreneurs. So with that, I'll hand it back to Amanda.
Thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in to the 10 a.m. Collider coffee break today. It's a huge help to us. If you like this video, check out the links that we provided and forward it to at least one person that you think would benefit from this information. So thanks for spending a few minutes of your day with us, and we'll have a brand new coffee break next Friday.